How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video where I give you some betting advice and try to make a little bit of money. In the last episode, if you followed along, you came out ahead by $72.50. So we're making some good money. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that sub button. The only reason not to subscribe is if you don't like making money. So hit that like button if you enjoy my content, and let's get into the bets for today, or really this weekend, and there are quite a few of them. I'm going to give you a few more suggestions today because I like a lot of these bets, and I've got the weekend off, so we're going to do all 3 days are going to be covered in this episode. Starting out with Fox Bet, where you've got a few that I like. Some of these have the maxes on them, some of them do not, or I believe just one of them doesn't actually of the four. But let's start out with some college football. UCF, Clemson, and Pitt all to win, boosted from minus 213 to even odds. Max bet of $25. All three of these are massive, massive favorites. It'll be a pretty big surprise if any one of them loses. So I like them all three to win. I think they all three win. I don't think there's too much risk involved in this one. There's a lot of risk. I mean, there's always a little bit of risk, but there's not a ton in this specific bet. So max of $25 on that one. Hopefully that one right away, we're $25 ahead. Broncos to score, also boosted to even odds. We saw this one last week. They're giving it to us again, max of $10. The Broncos will score. It will be a massive, massive surprise if the Broncos can't kick a single field goal or get a safety or score a touchdown. They're going to do something. The Steelers' defense is good. It's not that good. Shutouts do happen once in a while in the NFL, but I don't see this game being one of those. I like the Broncos to score in this one. I don't think that's a controversial statement at all. Also on Fox Bet, again, boosted to even odds, max bet of 20. Jamal Murray and LeBron James each over 20 points. This is well under both of their over and unders for points in this game. I like the boost. I like them both to do it. I will say Jamal Murray has started pretty cold in both of the series he's played in so far. But this is the Western Conference Finals. I think he steps it up. I think both of these guys hit 20 points. And I think, once again, on this one, we can double our money. Last one on Fox Bet. Nikola Jokic to record a double-double and the Denver Nuggets to win at plus 350. This is pretty good. It gets you a pretty significant boost on just the Nuggets money line. And Nikola Jokic, the king of double-doubles. You know, this guy is 25 years old and is top 10 all-time in double-doubles. I don't know how many people out there know that. He's an underrated player, constantly getting those double-doubles. I think he does it again. And the Lakers have dropped game one in every series they've played in. They've come out cold after their days off. And the Nuggets, they struggled against the Clippers, but that was with only 1 day of rest. The Nuggets have 2 days of rest, which is the perfect amount, I believe, for this game. And the Lakers are going to be cold after a long rest. I think this is, of all the games in the series, I think this is the one the Nuggets have the biggest advantage in. So I like this one. I like Jokic's double-double, and I like the Nuggets to win. Hopefully that one hits for us at plus 350. That is one of our bigger bets for today. But let's move on to DraftKings, where we've got the Lakers hitting the first basket. We've talked about this one with the Celtics and Heat game. They've done it for both games in that series so far. We've hit both times with the Celtics. This time, eventually we're going to lose one of these, but we're going to ride it until we do, or even after we do. We're still going to keep riding this if they keep giving it to us. Boosted to plus 150. I'm taking the Lakers in this one. The Lakers scored first in 4 of the 5 games in their series. In their last series, the Nuggets only scored in first in 3 of the 7. Nuggets have this tendency to start out slow and then pick it up in the second half. They're a better second half team than a first half team. Really, the first basket is basically a toss-up, but the Lakers are the favorite. They do it more often. I will take the Lakers to get the first basket in this game. Also on DraftKings, Jamal Murray and LeBron James over 51.5 points at plus 105. This one is similar to that boost we saw earlier from Fox Bet, but it's about 11.5 more points with only a little 5-point boost on the odds. Like I said, that Fox Bet one is really good. So if you're only going to pick one of these, pick that one. But I also like this one as well. That's essentially both of them right around their over-under, and I think they both get into that range. 105 isn't perfect odds, but I like it a lot. I think that Jamal Murray might only have around 20, but I think there's a good chance that LeBron puts up over 30. So we will be taking that one at plus 105. And then we move into BetMGM. And we only have one bet here. It's their Lions boost of the day. This one is a little bit of insurance on our Jokic double-double and Nuggets to win. This is just Jokic to have a double-double boosted to even odds. Like I said, he's constantly getting those double-doubles. This way, even if the Nuggets don't win, but Jokic gets his double-double, we won't lose any money on the combo of those two bets. And if they both hit, the Nuggets win and Jokic gets that double-double, then we'll come out even more ahead. So it's insurance without having to give up winnings. So I like those kind of bets, those kind of combos. Let's get into our final app, and that is FanDuel, where we've got a couple of good boosts. Nothing insane, but I do like a couple of these. FanDuel, Chiefs to cover. This is the Pat McAfee boost. Their spread is -1.5. You're getting it boosted from -110 to plus 150. I like the Chiefs to cover. I don't love -8.5. Like I said on my live stream with Cole last night, that's right in that range where you can put up some points in garbage time and ruin the spread betting. But with the boosted odds at plus 150, I will take this. So Chiefs to cover plus 150. That's the Pat McAfee boost. So go Pat McAfee, go Colts. That's all I've got to say about that. Also on FanDuel, Javier Baez or Chris Bryant to hit a home run against the Twins, and that is in today's game, boosted to plus 275. Javier Baez is hitting really well right now, so that's really the big reason I'm taking that bet. I think Chris Bryant also has a chance to hit a home run, so it's just a little bit of a sweetener. I think there's a good chance one of them gets it done, so we will be taking that. And finally on FanDuel, this is our last odds boost before I get to my pick of the day. The same game parlay insurance. So we did one of these in the last game, Game 7 with the Nuggets and Clippers. We're going to do it again. This one will give you $10 of insurance, so we're going to throw $10 on this. You were going for this for the insurance, so if you have a parlay in mind that you like, use that one. But since I promised to be thorough on what I'm telling you to bet on this channel, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm betting on, and we're taking a swing, because like I said last time, when you're giving me insurance, I'm going to take a swing. We're going to take Kyle Kuzma over 10.5 points. I think there's a good chance he gets that done. The Lakers need something to come from their secondary scoring. Kuzma hopefully can hit 11 points and nothing more because I want the Nuggets to win this game. Nikola Jokic over 10.5 rebounds. He came off with over 20 in the last game. Like I said, he's the king of double-doubles. He's probably going to get it with rebounds. So we're really doubling down and tripling down on Nikola Jokic getting some rebounds in this game. I like him at over 10.5. I also like MPJ over 1.5 threes. I know I put this in my last parlay, and I know it didn't hit. Eventually, he's going to get that shooting going. It's going to be big for the Nuggets. I think he gets a little bit more play time in Game 1 than he did in Game 7, so I think he's got some better chances to get some shooting. I think he goes over this time. I know I said that last time, but this time, even better odds. So we'll go for it. Jamal Murray over 2.5 threes. He cooled down to start the Clippers series with his three-point shooting. I think he steps it back up. He played well towards the end of the Clippers series, dropped a 40 in Game 7. I think he rides the momentum this time. I think it's he starts to iron out some of the wrinkles where he's up and down in his game. I think he starts out hot, and I think he stays hot for this Lakers series. So I like him getting over 2.5 threes. And finally in this parlay, I'm just taking the under 210 points. The Lakers all around in the bubble have not played high-scoring games. They've been solid defensively. The Nuggets can play solid defensively. I like the under on this one. I think 210 is a fairly low under as far as some of the ones we've seen in the playoffs, but I still think it goes even lower. I think this game probably finishes 105 to 100 in that range, so just under. There's a good chance that one of these teams doesn't get to 100. So I like the under. All in all, that is a 5-leg parlay plus 35.66. So massive swing. If it hits, we're making some real good money. So always got to love those ones. And finally, my last bet for today. This is my pick for the Sunday games. And I usually don't want my pick of the day to be a boost, but it's not my fault that DraftKings boosted everything. They gave you a boost of 25% on every NFL game this week. I'm taking the Denver Broncos money line and over 41.5 points. With that 25% boost, that gets you to plus 812 41.5 is a very low over-under. We might get to see Courtland Sutton back in this game, which would boost the Broncos offense even more. I think Jerry Jeudy was awful in the first game with some of those drops, but I think that's just some first game nerves. I think he'll be over it. Plus 812 is insane on that line. The Broncos are pretty big underdogs in this game, and I don't think that they should be. I don't think the Steelers are that good. I don't think the Broncos are maybe as good as I was hoping they would be going into week 1, or as good as I thought they would be going into week 1. I don't really hope that much on the Broncos. I do think there's a very good chance, and at 8-12, I am not passing up those odds, so we will see how that goes. I think there's a good chance we make some good money on it, and that is all I've got for you today. So go ahead, if you enjoyed watching my picks, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully follow along so that we can make you some good money. And I will see you in my next episode.